Hey everyone. So you've probably seen those amazing AI videos popping up everywhere and thought, wow, that must be super complicated, or maybe that must cost a ton of money. Well, get ready, because today we are pulling back the curtain and showing you exactly how to create your own incredible AI videos for absolutely free.
So, check this out. We've got a video here with a consistent character, it has custom dialogue, there's background music, even sound effects. It looks pretty polished, doesn't it? But what if I told you this whole thing was put together in under 10 minutes, using tools that won't cost you a dime? Yep, that's the big question we're going to answer right now.
In this explainer, we're not just going to show you what's possible. We're giving you the how. This is the complete step-by-step blueprint that you can literally take and use to create your own animated stories, ads, whatever you can dream up, just like the one you just saw.
So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll look at the big picture blueprint. Then, we'll break down each step one by one, writing the story, creating our character, making it all move, and finally putting it all together. It's a super simple, straightforward process. Anyone can do this.
When you boil it all down, the whole workflow is beautifully simple. Seriously, it's just a three-phase process that makes perfect sense. You start with your story, then you create the images for that story, and finally, you turn those still images into a living, breathing video. And here are the actual tools we're going to use. Our three-part dream team. For the script, we're using ChatGPT. For all the visuals, we've got Visk AI. And to bring it all to life with animation and sound, we're using Hailuo AI. Three totally free tools, each with its own special job, and they all work together perfectly. Okay, let's dive into step one and see how this whole thing kicks off. Because before you can have a video, you gotta have a story. And this is where ChatGPT basically becomes your own personal scriptwriter.
And this is it. No, seriously, this is the exact prompt that was fed into ChatGPT to create the entire Vanya in the Market video. It's that simple. You don't need to know any fancy code. You just talk to it like a person and describe the story you want to tell.
And this is where the real magic happens. Look at what it spits out. It doesn't just give you a big block of text, it structures everything for you. Scenes, actions, dialogue, and, this is the best part, it even writes the image prompts you're going to need for the very next step. It sets you up for success.
All right, we've got our script, we've got our image prompt, now it's time to actually make our visuals. And for that, we are turning to a fantastic AI image generator called Visk AI, which is, you guessed it, completely free and unlimited.
Now, before we generate a single image, we need to talk about the biggest hurdle in AI video, and that's character consistency. You know, making sure your main character looks like the same person from one scene to the next. If you mess this up, the whole illusion falls apart.
And this slide right here shows you everything. On the left is the common problem. You give the AI a new prompt for a new scene, and you get a totally different looking person. It just doesn't work. But on the right, that's what we're aiming for, and we can get there with one simple little trick.
This little three-step process is an absolute game changer. So, you generate your first scene, pick the version of the character you love, and download it. Then, for every single scene after that, you use your new prompt, but you also upload that first image as a reference. Visk AI then looks at that image and makes sure your character's face, clothes, and style stay consistent. It's that easy. Okay, we have our script. We have a whole set of consistent character images for all our scenes. Now, for the really fun part, making it all move. We're going to bring this to life with animation, voice, and sound using a tool called Hailuo AI.
Now, to get Hailuo AI to work its magic, we're going to use something called a JSON prompt. I know, it sounds super technical, but don't worry about the name. Just think of it like a very detailed recipe. It's a single set of instructions that tells the AI everything it needs to do. What the character does, what they say, what music to play in the background, the whole shebang. And here's the kicker. You don't have to write this recipe yourself. You just go right back to our good friend, ChatGPT. You tell it what's happening in the scene, give it the dialogue, and just ask it to create the JSON prompt for you. It does all the complicated formatting stuff automatically. It's amazing.
So once you've copied that JSON recipe from ChatGPT, the process in Hailuo AI is a piece of cake. You just select frames to video, you upload the image for that specific scene, you paste in that big recipe, pick your video size, like landscape for YouTube, and you hit generate. That is literally it.
So at this point, you've done that for every scene in your story. You now have a folder full of short little video clips, all perfectly animated with the right dialogue and sound. The final step, believe it or not, is the easiest one of all.
Yeah, all the heavy lifting is completely done. All you have to do now is line up your video clips in the right order.
You can use any video editor you want, something professional, or even a basic free app on your phone. Just drag and drop them into sequence, and bam, your story is complete.
And there you have it, the complete blueprint, from a simple idea in your head to a fully animated video, and all for free. The tools are out there, the process is clear, and honestly, the only limit is your imagination. So that just leaves one final question. What story are you going to tell first?